I ran back home to find Mike sitting on the porch. Could he have been waiting for me? When he saw me, he quickly stood up. "Lainey!" he called, running up to me and attacking me with a big hug. I giggled. "What are you still doing here?" "Well, I'm spending the night, and I heard the whole thing with you and Connor. And you know he's just drunk, right?" Of course, Mike always defends Connor for his actions. "I know," I mumbled, not really caring if he was or wasn't. He still shouldn't have done what he did. "Hey, come on, it's freezing out here. Let's get inside." I nodded and took his hand, allowing me to be guided into the warm building, making me forget the pain throbbing in my feet. "I think I'm going to bed," I muttered, dropping Mike's hand and slowly walking towards the stairs. "See you tomorrow, Mike." "Yeah, night, Lane." "Don't call me that," I shouted as I was already on the top of the stairs. I quickly changed into my sleeping clothes, and I practically dived into my bed, allowing the warm blankets to soothe me. Yet nothing felt right. I actually wondered if maybe I just imagined seeing Jack in the woods. I was so upset. I could have imagined anything, right? Surely. He isn't truly real, is he? I laid my head deeply onto my pillow. Staring up at the ceiling, I allowed my imagination to run until I fell asleep. As I opened my eyes, I saw nothing. I was surrounded by nothing. The thin blanket of noise was so faint, nothing was to be heard of it. It was as if I wasn't even here. Alarmed, I ran quickly forward to see if there was an ending to this dreadful nightmare of a place. Where was I? Was this even real? I was suddenly taken by the hands and turned into a tree. Then I was back into the forest, the very spot Jack had attacked me. Yet it wasn't him who pinned me against the tree. It was Connor. "Connor, what are you doing?" I asked, a bit frightened. This was unlike him. The look on his face was nothing but hate. Was it directed towards me? "Don't love him, Lainey," he claimed. "Love who? You aren't making any sense." He stared at me for a moment before striking a tree and missing my neck. Connor? Suddenly, blood started gushing out of his eyes. I stared at him, terrified. Connor! He fell onto his knees, vomiting blood. I looked up to see Jack holding a blade covered in blood. Connor's blood. "The foresight will not be ruined, Lainey. Don't let him know about us," he directed before turning and running off. I then fell onto my knees with a sharp pain in my eyes. Blood. They were dripping blood. I suddenly opened my eyes, covered in sweat. I was back in my bed, and it was all just a dream. A nightmare. I remember what my dad used to tell me and Connor as we were kids. Every time we had an odd dream, he'd say that we had it for a reason. All dreams had a definition that directs to the part of life. If it isn't ours, it's someone's. Could it have been mine? Maybe it could have been about Connor's. He said in my dream that he was going to kill someone, and that I shouldn't fall in love with them. He must have been talking about Jack, right? I noticed the sun was just coming up, but I knew I wasn't going to be able to go back to sleep. The urge to want to figure out this puzzle was eating me alive. Quickly, I got dressed and ran down the stairs. I needed answers now, and the only place I was going to get them was from Jack. "You're crazy, Lainey. Didn't he say for you to never go back into the woods?" I know I'm crazy, but this seemed like it's important for me to know. I just have to figure it out. Hey, good morning, sunshine. What are you doing up so early? Mike asked. He was in the kitchen cooking breakfast. Mike, where'd you get all the food? I asked, stunned at what was in front of him. That's none of your concern, babe. I shot a nasty look at him. Don't call me that. But you are a babe. I rolled my eyes. Do you want to eat something? I was about to say yes, but then I remembered my mission. No, actually, I'm going for a walk. This early? He raised an eyebrow. He didn't seem like he believed me. I had a nightmare. His face darkened. That's no fun. Do you want to talk about it? No, usually when I have nightmares, I go for walks to help me forget it. Yeah, I was a pretty good liar. Smart. He turned to face me directly. But just be careful, okay? Yeah, okay, see you in an hour. I waved, running out the front door, not waiting for him to reply. I had to find Jack. The place where I was first going to look is where we met, which was like miles away, but it didn't matter. As I made my way to my destination, I thought about what was going to happen. What if I did actually see him again? Could he be taunted to attack me? Clearly, I didn't think this through. What if he just kills me? I was going straight into a creepy forest to meet a killer. How normal is that? My brain was right. I was crazy, yet. If it has to do with Connor, I have to protect him, even if he wishes me dead.